Well. Hello, welcome back to Fusion Studios. And today I have another modifier. Another day, another modifier. You know the drill. So, which modifier we're going to explore today? Well, guess what? It's PerTube and Shake modifier. They're the simple ones. So, one day we are exploring the difficult one, then another day we are exploring the simple one. So, something like that. It's happening automatically, by the way. I'm not doing it. It's not on purpose. Before beginning, I'd like to introduce if you're facing any type of problem, query, or facing any issues basically with Fusion, editing motion graphics in general. And if you're a beginner, specifically in Fusion, there's a link in the description below. Go there and book a call with me. And from there on, we'll see how things will begin. Now, I'm already on my Fusion page. I have some things set up on, which is my spline is turned on, inspector is turned on, nodes is turned on, and nodes and inspector might yours be also turned on. But my workspace might be a little bit different from you. So change it, go to workspace, there are presets, in Fusion presets, change it to mid-flow. And you'll have the same workspace like mine. Just enable the spline too. If you don't have your toolbar enabled, go to Fusion, check show toolbar and right click on default. And you'll have something like similar. Okay. Now I'll take the rectangle and put it into the second viewer, fit to view, and let me change its size or something like this. Yep, something like this. And let me take another rectangle right after it. Let me delete this one. Do Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it. It will automatically add it over here and something like that. And change the angle value to 90. This will get this plus sign. And after it, let's add a transform. Change the input from effect mask to yellow input. And let's view the transform. And now I wanna rotate its angle, but in a noisy way. Okay. So how do we do that? Well, you right click on angle and add some modifiers. In modify with menu, you have different modifiers like anim curves, B-spline calculation, which we have discussed in previous videos. If you haven't watched them, so please go and watch out all of them. The modifier which we'll choose now is the PerTube, the fourth one from below. So I'll choose PerTube, and by default, if I play now, you see something is happening. It's rotating or moving, okay, but it's very low. So, and in spline also, it has added this transform angle PerTube. So let me go to modifiers and boom, you have your PerTube modifier. So there are only two tabs, control and settings. Again, settings is something which you will not use. So there is just this control tab, which you will mess with. Now the value itself is the value on which you added it. So the angle one, okay. If I increase it to 10, for example, so it will add the PerTube, but it is also changing the value to 10. So from 10, it will add all the PerTube settings over there. I'll keep it as it is. And the random seed is to, randomly take any other calculation which it will apply onto this. Strength is how powerful or how much power you want the PerTube to have. So I'll increase it to 10. You see, now it's rotating even more. But the PerTube itself, like the wobble, is not that much. So that's the second setting, the wobble. If I'll increase it, it will wobble a lot, okay? But I want to change now the speed of it, how fast or how slow I want it. I want it very fast. I want it to be very fast. So I'll increase the speed to 10. I'll also increase the wobble. It's very slow. I don't want it this slow. So let me do one thing. What I will do is, I will increase the height of it. Oh, not height then. Increase the width of it and bring it down. So it's something like a cross sign, okay? Something like that, Christian cross sign. And now if I want to increase the wobble even more, so I can come here and type any other value which extends the slider, something like 50. Let's see what happens now. Well, it is affecting it. Nice, I like it. Also the strength to 50. Actually not strength that much, but yeah, speed, of course, I will like to increase it to 50. And now you see, there is something going on over here. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And you can even see the graph over here of this angle, all right? And as much as you increase the strength, wobble and speed, it will be shown in the graph. See? If I set to wobble to 0, it's just flat. If I increase it, yeah, so it is something like that. I guess that wobble isn't affecting it after 10. It's just as it is. I can just reseed it, that's it, because it's not showing it in graph. But if I increase the strength is increasing and also the speed is increasing. I think the speed is also not increasing after certain. No, it is increasing actually. No. After 50, I guess it's not increasing. It's just changing the frequency of it. But yeah, whatever. And that's it for the PerTube modifier, to be honest. Yeah, it's it. Nothing else. Now, one more thing which I can do is I can even change the size by right clicking on the size, connect to, and because we have another nodes over here too. Okay, these are the ones using which I explained previous videos. So for example, I have this rectangle. Okay, I explained how you can make this out of a type of animation. I have this text also. So you can explore all these by watching all the previous videos. In this one, we have this. So that's why if I right click onto this size and choose connect to, it's showing me these three. You might not have these three. You'll just have PerTube one if you're following right now this tutorial. So choose this value and boom, you see it creates such a cool effect. And by the way, flash warning. Yeah, it's really cool. And by the way, it's affecting my eyes now, so I think I should stop it. The body modifier is not just limited to this one. It changes with the parameters you put on into it. Like for example, if I take a background, okay, and view it, and now choose gradient. Right click onto this gradient and choose PerTube. And if I play, you see it creates this random color over here. Instead of linear, if I change it to maybe radial, something like that, and if I bring this over here in the middle, 0.5, and now over here, if I again make it as it is and right click to, and you see we have this PerTube over here now. So what I would like to do is I'll select this white one over here, right click and make PerTube. And now if I'll play, well, you see you have some crazy stuff going on over here, and you can even come to modifiers and you can see the value over here. Now what's even more crazy is now you can add a PerTube to this PerTube. So right click, add a PerTube over here, and now the PerTube 3 is applied to PerTube 1. I'm gonna change the strength of it, also the speed of it. Again, flash warning, maybe reduce the strength, something like that. Is the white part, no, actually the black part. Let me reverse it, something like that. Actually, it's really crazy, to be honest, very trippy. You can even change these settings over here and reseed it. You can change the speed of this PerTube itself, reduce the wobble, reduce the strength, so you know, something like that. But I don't think that it's working now, it's just following this PerTube. But yeah, well, whatever, I don't even care. And yeah, you can just keep adding PerTubes and PerTubes and PerTubes and PerTubes. I can delete this PerTube 3, I'll only have this PerTube 2, and I think I should again do connect to PerTube 2. Well, it has removed it, so alright, I will reset it, choose this gradient again, and right click and choose PerTube again. And you know, that's the basic idea of it, and I hope that you are pretty much clear with it. Change it to the angle, maybe 2.5, and now you can change the offset also to repeat, and it will just keep happening and happening and happening. And yeah, something like that. And again, it's not just limited to background itself. You can take a polygon, put it over here, make a polyline. I have to stop it, otherwise it will just keep adding the keyframes. I will make something like, let's make a fish, okay? So something like this. Now don't judge my drawing skills, I'm not a pro artist, but yeah, I'm fine. Select all, Shift S, and Control S to save, and yeah, that's it. Now to add PerTube over here, what you can do is right click here for shape animation over here and right click and remove this polygon to polyline, right click again and choose PerTube over here. Let's see from the beginning. Well, what is happening? We have something, right? And now if you come to this PerTube 3, you see now this is another set of settings which PerTube offers. In background we had something else, in transform we had something else, and in polygon we have something else. We have something called jaggedness. If I increase it, you can see we have this jaggedness. We can even change the phase of it. We can change the X scale, okay, how much jagged you want it to be on, like horizontally. Same goes with vertical. And you also have this random seed, then again strength, wobble, and actually I should not do that because it has messed the shape, but yeah, something like that. So you know, you can do that, and it's crazy like how much you can do with this single PerTube. And maybe there is something that Blackmagic has added this onto this polygon. Maybe they wanted, there is a thing that you can do with this particular setting, like putting PerTube on polygon maybe means something other than this, because we can add a fast noise and then displace this image with fast noise. It will not take that much effort. I can remove this PerTube 3, actually not, I'll just keep it as it is, but yeah. So what I was talking about is I can take this polygon, make another shape, another fish. Again, don't judge my drawing skills, okay? Don't judge my drawing skills. Select all, Shift S, and I have this called fish. What I was talking about is I can take a fast noise, add a displace, just like that, put this into yellow input first of all, polygon into input, just like that, and take the fast noise and put it into green input. And now, first of all, into this displace, instead of radial, I can choose XY. And now in this fast noise, we'll see what kind of a map I want. I want something like this. I want a detail to be like this. And in color, I'll change to gradient so that you can see it black. It's so that you can see white and black only. I'll increase the seed rate to something like this. Okay, so now we have something like this. Okay, we have this map. Now let's displace it. Well, right now nothing will happen because in displace, X refraction and Y refraction is as it is. I'll put an expression over here by double clicking over here, equals to enter. Take the Y refraction put into the X refraction. This means now I've added this expression, okay? And with pick I picked whip, I selected X refraction. This means that whatever the X refraction value is, Y refraction will copy. Alright, now if I increase it, you will see over here that it is affecting it, okay, just like that. If I'll increase the detail value, then you can see the detail is also been increased. That's why I reduced it, because I don't want detail. Maybe just let me just reduce it, something like that. Yeah, so if I increase the contrast, then you can see what is happening. If I increase the brightness, stuff like that. I know, then you might be like, no, but the displace and the PerTube both are different. Why is not added? I need to add it again, I guess. PerTube, jaggedness, I need to increase it. Wait, let me delete it. Let me copy this, paste it. So we have same polygon, okay? And now I'll remove this polyline keyframe and add this PerTube again by right clicking, go into modifiers, and let's play now. First of all, yeah, I mean, it's fine. Let me take the keyframes and put them a little bit far over here, okay? Otherwise it will create some problems, merging problems. So something like this, okay? It's a thick fish, okay? So something like that. And now if I play, you can see there is some stuff which is happening, right? If I increase the jaggedness, you see it's affecting it. And if I go back to modifiers and change X scale, it will affect it on X scale. The point which I'm trying to make over here is, if we can do this with fastness and displace, then why do we have this? PerTube settings, why are they different on Polygon? Just because of this jaggedness and phase value, or this X scale or Y scale. Why do we have these 4 extra parameters onto this polygon? Maybe there is something extra which we can do making this, or maybe there is something that Blackmagic made and thought that we need to add this over here. Maybe they made something with polygon and they needed that jaggedness on top of it to animate it. Okay, maybe because if I reduce the scale of this fast noise, it can behave in similar way, or like this PerTube. If I make it something like this, right? And then if I increase the contrast, it will be as increasing the, whatever, the wobble effect. So maybe, I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the PerTube modifier itself. Lastly, we have shake modifier. It's very simple to explain. Let me go back to our transform and oh shit, what is happening over here? Control C, Control V. I'll remove this, put this over here, and over here, I'll reset everything. Now everything is as it is in this modifier, in this transform, but not in this transform. So in this transform, what I will do is I'll right click onto the size, modify width, and choose shake. Now you see this. Okay, I'll not view it, but this is the graph. Again, this is a visual problem, I guess. No, it's not a visual problem. Actually, it has something to do with size and angle, I don't know. But the graph is something like this, okay? The graph over here is something like this, which is different than PerTube. If I go back to modifier panel, and here you can see we have this random seed value, which again depicts that you can change the different mathematical instructions will be allowed or followed with each different seed over here. Okay, now the smoothness value is also similar to jaggedness. Just focus on this line over here. If I reduce this smoothness, you can see it's like PerTube. But if I increase the smoothness value, it's smoother. Okay, it's like B-spline. It's like we have basis spline over here and B-spline over here. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. If you don't know, so please, you need to go to watch Mass Notes right now. Go and watch it right now. If I reduce my smoothness, then you can see we have that smooth anchor points over here. Not anchor points, but yeah, in between there is the interpolation is very smooth. Now if I change my minimum and maximum, let's see what that does. Okay, if I increase my minimum, so you can see it's making it flat. Well, why is that? Let me put it somewhere over here, right? Also in my maximum, if I reduce it, this is also making it flat. If I do 0.5 and 0.5 to both the settings, it's flat, but you can see there is this value panel over here. You can see the values over here, right? Let me just make it smaller so that's simpler for you to understand. This is 0, 0.5 and 1. Okay, now my both minimum and maximum values is 0.5 right now. If I change my minimum to 0, you see what's happening. It's taking these values and putting it to 0. If I take my maximum to 0, then my highs are also going to 0. If I take my maximum to 1, my highs are now at 1. Okay, so it's something like that. If I uncheck this log X and Y, so now what I have is my highs X minimum and X maximum. So what does that mean? It means if both are 1, then again it will do the same thing. And if I increase it, something like this, and if I decrease it, something like this, the value will be something like this. Okay, but I think it will be a little bit confusing for you to understand with X, Y, minimum, maximum. So the minimum and maximum default is fine enough. And that's pretty much it for the shake transform. The another panel is setting panel. Again, you'll not do anything over here, but yeah, that's it for PerTube and shake modifier. I hope this clarifies a lot with both of these modifiers. So I was able to add some values and if I was, then you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell if you haven't, because there will be more modifiers videos upcoming real soon. Okay. And again, if you have any queries facing with any motion graphics or Fusion in specific, and if you're a beginner, then you know what to do. There is a link in description. Book a call with me, and we'll see how things work from there on. And there is a Gumroad store on which I upload my files. If you want, then you can get that through the link again provided in the description below. And there's also a Discord server which you can join by clicking on the link which is provided in the description below. And that's it for this one. See you in the next one.